Good morning, everybody. So, as of right now, Palantir stock is down 21% for the past month. And I actually have an interesting story for you guys. So, last night, I got a text message from a YouTuber who has a much bigger following than I do. And he literally said, he was like, dude, you literally called Palantir at the top. He was referring to a video that I recorded on August 1st. Some of you guys might remember. Matter of fact, let's go to this video right now. In this video right here that I put out on August 1st, of this year, I said Palantir stock is still overhyped trash. And I gave my reasoning as to why. And when I made this video, Palantir was literally $19.83 per share. And that same day that I recorded this video, Palantir went to $20 a share. Folks, ever since I made that video, Palantir has done nothing but go lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. It's done nothing but go down, down, down. That's it. It's down. It didn't go up from there. It didn't stay the same. It literally went down. I literally called the top of the stock. Did any of the people in these comments, I mean, if you just look at some of these comments right here, people said some really mean things. Like, look at this guy. Bro is just mad he didn't buy it at $7. Then you had other people who were like, oh, I lost money because of you. You know, you told me not to buy it. Now Palantir is up 200%. You know, blah, blah, blah. Look at this guy. Man gets called wrong. Man blames others. Man loses respect. Actually, sir, I didn't get the call wrong. I told you the Palantir was at the top. And I was right. Now it's down huge, you know? And then somebody else says, oh, it's your fault. Blah, 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 blah. Let me actually go ahead and play the part of the video so you guys can hear exactly when I said that this is probably the top. And if you own Palantir and you're up 200%, you should probably sell. Here's the video. I tried to tell him, whatever you do, do not buy that stock right now. If it goes back to $7, fine, you could buy it if that's what you want to do. I would not buy it right now. That's stupid. You are literally buying it at the top. Literally, as soon as you buy it, it's going to start going down. Palantir is bound to go down any day. It's going to happen. Eventually, it's going to have a huge pullback. And next thing you know, it'll be right back at $10, $11. It's coming. And I don't want that to happen to my friend. And I know he's not the only one thinking this way. There are a ton of other people getting caught up in this AI bubble, which is literally what we're in. We're in an AI bubble. What don't you people understand about that? It's an AI bubble. Okay, so I literally talked about the fact that we are in an AI bubble. And I also talked about the fact that I have a really good friend. This is like one of my best friends. I've known him since we were in elementary school. Literally, I've known him for this long. He got caught up in the Palantir code. He told me that he's been watching Palantir since it was like, you know, $9 or something. He said every time he thinks about buying it, he never buys it. And all it's done is go up and up and up and up. And he's like, okay, I can't take this anymore. Every time I think about buying the stock, it just keeps going up. Not to diss my friend. I'm just telling the truth here. He knows absolutely nothing about stocks, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I was genuinely trying to help him. I said, dude, you do not want to buy Palantir stock right here. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm literally about to make a video about it. He was like, nah, G, I got to buy the stock right now. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, every time I think about not buying it, it keeps going up. So he bought at $19 a share. And he literally showed me proof. Like, I was like, bro, please don't tell me you really bought Palantir at $19. He said, yep, I'm buying at $19. And if it goes higher, I'm going to keep buying because that stock is going to do nothing but go up. I think it's safe to say his portfolio isn't looking so good right now. So rest in peace to his money because he is getting absolutely destroyed right now. But anyway, in terms of my reasoning, it's very simple. I told you guys that Palantir is nothing more than a bunch of hype. Now, some of you guys might push back and say, well, you're an idiot. You don't know anything. Palantir is a great company. You look at the financials, blah, blah, blah. I think the problem you guys are making is Palantir could very well be a good company in the future. But as of right now, they're really not that great of a company. They're just not. Their earnings report that they just released was absolute garbage. They're only growing 13% year over year. They're still very dependent on their government business and those government contracts. You know, Palantir is mostly hype, more so than it is fundamentals. And one of the other things that really concerns me about Palantir is you all have this really weird CEO who really likes to hype the stock in the earnings calls. Major red flag to me, especially for a CEO who tries to hype up a company that literally went 20 years of not being profitable. Palantir was founded like a very long time ago, like 2003 or something like that. Maybe even earlier, like 2001 or something. And for most of their existence, they've never turned a profit. They've had to um, depend on investor money. That is what they've had to depend on. You investing in them to have money. They've never turned a profit. I think they're profitable now. I think that's the new thing in the Palantir code. Like, oh my God, they're profitable now. Even though there's a little bit of a trick into why they're actually profitable now. But maybe I'll save that for another video. Maybe I'll actually make a legit video actually doing analysis on Palantir. Maybe I will. The reason why I don't is because when you do it, the Palantir code is never going to listen to you. That's why if you're wondering like, oh, why doesn't Echoes ever do an actual analysis on the stock? Like, yeah, I could do it. But the problem is not only do those videos typically not get views on my channel because nobody really cares, it's not going to really make an impact because all the Palantir people are going to do is say, oh, you're wrong, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, I don't know what I'm talking about, yet I call it the top. Like, had I decided to short Palantir the day that I made that video, I would have made a boatload of money. Now, luckily, I don't short stocks because I think that shorting stocks is too risky. I actually think I would be pretty good at shorting stocks, though. That's the funny part. So maybe I should become a short seller because Palantir wasn't the only stock that I called the top in. And it's not being a genius where you're able to call the top. It's given the fact that I have the ability, which I just think that if you have common sense, anybody can have this ability, but I have the ability to pretty much spot a bubble at this point. I mean, it really comes from experience. Like, I learned my lesson from, first of all, I was a part of the crypto bubble back in 2018. I think it was 2018, 2017. I don't remember, but I was in college and all these cryptocurrencies went to the moon. And yes, I was investing in crypto at that time. And then all the bubbles popped. Everybody lost a lot of money. I was a part of the second crypto bubble that happened in 2021. Same story. Everything went to the moon. Everything popped. I was a part of the Cathie Wood penny stock bubble. Remember those stocks like Nano Dimension, BNGO, FRSX? Remember all those like autonomous driving space stocks, Virgin Galactic, those types of stocks? I was a part of that bubble. Like, I wasn't really a part of it. Like, I didn't really buy anything, but I saw it. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like at this point, even though I'm not an expert investor, I've seen this play out so many times. I can spot a bubble now. That's really how I feel. Like, I can easily spot a bubble. At some point, NVIDIA is going to correct and go down. Like, honestly, I don't know what NVIDIA is at now, but if NVIDIA is at like still at like close to $500, honestly, I think you can make some money shorting it. I really do. No, please do not short stocks based on my recommendation because I don't even short stocks. But I'm just trying to give you guys the learning process here of why you have to be very careful when you're investing and why it was really easy to predict that Palantir would basically be at the top. So anyway, let's stick to the point here. Where do we go from here? Well, if you're somebody who loves Palantir, this is what I've been telling you. I don't know if Palantir will ever go to $7 a share. I'll be honest there. But I definitely think it will eventually go to $9 to $11. And the funny part about this, in that video on August 1st, I already said that Palantir will probably go to $9 to $11. And I was just reading an article about Palantir from Morningstar. And Morningstar, who writes really good articles and does great work, they basically wrote an article and they said that they think that the fair value for Palantir right now is $11. And it's just so funny because it's like, yeah, that's pretty much what I said. So I just want to make it clear, people, I get hate from the Palantir cult because they think that I just hate the stock and blah, blah. But it's like, no, I'm just trying to be reasonable. I know most of you guys' average cost is $20, $19. And by the way, I also want to say this. This goes into the part of where I say that a lot of people who invest, a lot of retail investors are greedy. A lot of people let their greed get to them. What did I tell you when Palantir hit $19 a share? I told you to sell. I told you. So had you bought Palantir, had you been one of the very few people in that community who bought Palantir at $7 and you sold at $19 or $20, which is literally what it hit like 15 days ago, you would have made a lot of money. But instead, a lot of people continue to hold, and now you're in a situation where you're holding the bag. If you're somebody who your average cost in Palantir is $18 to $19, I think you'd be stupid to not sell. I think selling and breaking even would have been the smartest thing for you to do because this stock is overhyped trash right now. It's bound to go lower. Had you sold, you could have waited your little 30-day. Actually, if you sold for a gain, you wouldn't even have to worry about a wash sale. But if you sold for a loss, then okay, wait your little 30 days. And then after the 30 days, you go ahead and buy it back at a lower price. That has always been my strategy. I want to see you guys make money. I don't want to see you lose money. And the reason why I keep talking about Palantir stock is because I've seen this movie so many times. You have a bunch of retail clowns who buy it at a super duper high valuation and a high price, and they never learn their lesson. Once the stock gets back to that point, they get greedy and they think like, oh my God, maybe it's already up 200% year to date. Maybe it will be the next Tesla. Maybe it will go up to $100. Never going to happen. You got to be realistic here. So ultimately, the last thing I want to end this off with is if you want to buy Palantir, I think $7 to $9 is the best price to probably get some shares of Palantir in. Even if you want to get it between $9 to $11, I wouldn't mind that either. But buying Palantir at $19 and listening to idiots like Tom Nasser telling you that Palantir is going to go to $100 in like 3 years is freaking stupid. And we got to do better in the finance community, okay? So anyway, feel free to be an adult and give me my credit in the comments for literally calling the top in Palantir, okay? Yes, I'm going to brag about it. I have every right to, okay? All right, thanks so much for watching. See you guys in the next one.